I know I talked about using your time wisely in the course outline, but I don't think I talked about it last week at all. You should not be watching all of these video lessons in one day. Maybe watch 2 or 3 a day, but spread it out over the week or 10 days that you have to watch it. Make sure that you're leaving time for practice and just space for understanding in between each video lesson. So we're going to continue with solving equations in this lecture, but we're going to look at fractions in equations. People often have difficulty with fractions, and especially now that we're not using calculators, we need some strategies to get rid of those fractions. So the thing we want to do is to get rid of the denominator, right? If we didn't have a denominator, we wouldn't have a fraction. And we can do that by multiplying both sides . We can do that by multiplying both sides of the equation by the lowest common multiple of the denominators. And when we're doing that, because we're multiplying both sides, we have to remember that we're using the distributive property. So if I look at question 1 here, I only have one denominator. It's a 5. So that means that the lowest common multiple of the denominators is just 5. On the right side, I'm going to have to use the distributive property. On the left side, I just have 5 times -1. So let's write this out. I'm multiplying 5 by each term in the brackets. Notice what happens. I have -5 equals, and then these 5's cancel out, leaving me with 1x. So by multiplying by the lowest common multiple, I get rid of the fractions and have now just a simple equation that I can solve. I know that I want my terms without x on the same side, so I'm just going to subtract 10 from both sides. And we see that x equals -15. Question 2, I have 2 denominators, so I have to think about the lowest common multiple of 4 and 6. I hope you know that it's 12. We're going to multiply each side of the equation by 12. That means I need to use the distributive property. The 12 has to multiply every term in this equation. We see here that 12 divided by 4 is 3. That leaves us with 9x plus 12 on the left side. 12 divided by 6 is 2. On the right side, we have 2x plus 24. We want our terms with x on the same side. 2x minus 2x is 0. We want our terms without x on the same side. 12 minus 12 is also 0. 7x equals 12. Divide both sides by 7. X equals 12 over 7. Pause your video and try question 3. We're going to multiply both sides by 6 here. We see we have 6 divided by 3 and 6 divided by 6. So when we simplify this, we have 18 minus 2 times 2, that's 4x, equals 12 minus 5x. Now I'm always moving my x term to the left. It doesn't really matter. It could be on either side. X equals -6. Pause your video, try question 4. Remember that lowest common multiple has to multiply each term of the equation. But we can get rid of our fractions in one step. So we have 3x plus 96 equals 72 minus 10x. Our terms with x on the same side, our terms without x on the same side. Divide both sides by 13. Did you get that? If you had trouble with any of these, rewind the video, go back and try the questions again. Pause, do one step, check your work, do another step. Work your way through them slowly and practice until you feel comfortable with these questions. So we just have 2 more equations I want to go over here in this lecture today. Why don't you pause your video and give them a try? Remember that when we are doing these questions as a paper exam, or if I'm verifying a test with you, I'm looking for this step. Did you simplify each side? Look what happened here. I could keep going. I could add 5 to both sides. Did you end up with 0 equals 0? This is a true statement. Let's look at question 6. Pause your video and give it a try. Look what happened in this question. 1 equals -3 is not true. Are these the same answers? Well, no, they're not. One of them finishes with a true statement, even though it doesn't give me a value for x. The other one finishes with a statement that is not true. Let's look at the true statement first. When we have a true statement, 0 equals 0, or -5 equals -5, this tells us that x can be any real number. I don't know why my computer is being a little bit funny here. So all real numbers for x would be our solution. In question 6, we have a statement that is not true. This tells me there is no solution. It doesn't matter what value I put in for x, it will not work. There is no solution when the statement is not true. Make sure you understand the difference between those. And if you need extra practice, use the homework assignments that are found in Pearson. You can do those questions over and over again and practice there.